Lydia. Let's worship the mayor. Our Lady, the Deputy Lieutenant, on behalf of His Majesty the Lord and the royal family, distinguished guests, Our Lady, the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Fire and Crime, I hope that's the correct way to put it. Our CEO of Miss Africa, Great Britain, our VIPs, all protocols observed. Nothing prepared me for this moment, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing prepared me for a moment where I would behold crowns upon crowns upon crowns, and one of the crowns would be my very own daughter and my own baby. Nothing prepared me for this moment. And before I speak, I will give an opportunity to Favour, who is the firstborn. Please be kind to her. And she says hello to everyone.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the party of my sister. I love Deborah because my sister, because is my friend, is my sister, is my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Favour. And indeed, they are friends. And before I speak another word, Ben, could you please come over? I know I did not prepare you for this moment, but most of you who are my friends know that my husband is in heaven watching over his two beautiful daughters and myself. But when Ben saw my daughter, I don't know where your wife is and whether she's aware of this, but when you saw my daughter, he said, "This is my daughter." And that touched me deeply. Would you like to say hello to everyone?
Good evening, everyone. Like she has said, I was not prepared to say anything because I didn't know it touched her that much. But when I saw Deborah, I felt, yes, I have 3 boys and I don't have a daughter. And I felt like I found a daughter. So Deborah, just remember, I have boys. There's nothing much I can say because I do love her to be my daughter. Thank you.
And indeed, so may your wife know that I'll be waiting for diary. But tonight, I don't stand here just as a proud mother. I stand here as a witness to grace, light, and divine purpose that God placed on my daughter, Deborah, before she even took her first breath. Some of you who have heard my testimony know that we were in church one day with my late husband, and a man of God looked at me and he said, "God will give you a daughter of excellence who will be like a Deborah. She will be a leader, she will be a light, she will carry grace, and beyond everything, she will bring your family to the spotlight." I didn't know that years after that God would bring me to Great Britain, where there is a royal family where queens really reigns, so that she can be a contestant of the Miss Africa Great Britain crown. At 22, I was focused on myself at my age, like many of you. But at 22, Deborah is serving, leading, and lifting others, and offering hope to very many other people. And as the mother, that is the greatest blessing that I could ever ask for from the heavens. perhaps as a reflection of the charity work that she is doing. I was born from in a poor family, and unsure of how many people raised my fees to pay for my school fees. And my late husband was also from a very well family, but they spent a lot of time giving to the poor people. And that, I believe, planted a seed in my generation, and Deborah as well, to focus on other people. Deborah, I saw you from a young age in school as a creative soul, standing tall and speaking up and leading in schools, in primary school, in secondary school, with a mission. Then came a storm, of course, that struck us. You do remember, and that is why so many of you see us holding each other together as a family. And I watched you grieve the passing of your daddy, who we miss today, but we know that he's watching over us. But I remember you reminding me that, Mommy, we will overcome. And I looked at the little you at 7 years old then, and I didn't know what to say. But I said, Deborah, I will support you. I will support your dreams. I will support you to the highest level. And seeing you struggle when we came to the UK to open doors to the university, which closed heavily on you, and choosing a different path, but I still believed as a mother that you are a child on a mission. You're a child carrying purpose. Coming to the crown, I remember when you were 14 years old, we visited Finland, and we went to Helsinki. And Debbie wore a small little, what is it called, tiara? And I didn't know at that time what that was. But later she told me, Mommy, you know the few times that we've been to Korogocho, the area where the project that she'll be fundraising for, I saw those young boys, and I saw purpose in them. And I thought that I could make their lives a bit meaningful. And one day, I will do it. And she sat there and she took a photo. And looking down at you last year and 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I saw you go through a dark, dark time. And I remember sitting down with you and holding hands sometimes with you to pray over you and speak purpose and speak greatness, the greatness that you are. And I remember that at some point where you told me, Mommy, I am so lost. Every door that I try to open closes itself. And I remember telling you, Deborah, keep going, keep going, keep going. And when the opportunity of Miss Africa Great Britain came, we actually thought that she was being scammed. And as a mother, I thought, I do not want my daughter to be broken. So I told her carefully. She assessed the opportunity and she went for it. And I saw her sometimes at 2 a.m. waking up to go to the gym, to try and walk, putting all her energy into making this thing happen for her. And I remember the ladies who were with me during the cruise. You remember she left us at the cruise. Do you remember, ladies? She left us as we disembarked, and she ran for the rehearsals, Yemi. And I saw you working really hard. Now, in the midst, you remember I was a bit worried when you were competing. And the second runner, you remember we were competing. And the first runner, we were competing. And we were voting. And people were voting. And people were voting. And we kept voting. And one day, the second runner from Eritrea just took another turn. And we said, it's gone. So I kept reminding Debbie, even if you don't get the crown, remember you've got a greater purpose. You've got a greater plan. Now, Debbie, I don't want to spend more time, but this crown is not about you. It's about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of young people, especially in our immigrant community, that are looking up for a role model. It's for hundreds and hundreds of young people that are behind bars. It is for hundreds and hundreds of young people that are taking drugs. It's for hundreds and hundreds of young people who felt lost like you were, and they need hope. And it is for hundreds and hundreds of parents who are seated here this afternoon who feel like they are doubting their parenting skills because their children are either taken a different path. And as we've continued to say, those diamonds need to shine. Shine, daughters, shine. And for the project that he's fundraising for in Kenya, I saw Samuel. He was a gangster, no-nonsense gangster. And when we rescued him as World Vision, 9 of his peers were killed that day, dead. And he ran to our office. And when I look at the work that he has done, he has transformed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of young people. Debbie, your crown shines brighter, daughter. I know your daddy is looking down at you and your sister and just smiling. Keep going, daughter, keep going. And for the rest of us, as I give back this microphone, I welcome you. I welcome you to support your children for the purpose that they have been called to serve. I welcome you tonight as we raise funds and as we give to change the lives of boys that have no employment, that have no hope, that are in drugs, that are lost, to give it with our hearts open, knowing that we are serving a purpose that is greater than ourselves. Please feel welcome. As a mother, I welcome you, and I appreciate each one of you. Each one of you is a very important person. Thank you, and welcome.